Counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway. If the president of the United States of America invites the opposition party to the White House and wants to avoid a government shutdown, shouldn't they have the decency to show up for that meeting instead of the stunt that Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer showed today?
In a word, yes, they should, because they're not there representing the opposition party. They're there as the minority leaders of the two chambers in Congress. And it is a major disappointment, especially when you see the president's reaction in North Korea firing its highest missile to date, Sean. He's saying, let's not play politics with funding our military and keeping us strong, and let's not leave that on the altar of a liberal agenda. I find it really regrettable that Nancy Pelosi took time out of her Sunday schedule to go and call John Conyers an icon, and yet is name-calling our president.
And a right to due process.
And that's right. But I want to say today was a great example as to why Donald Trump and his party prevailed and why the other party has failed. It's based on ideas and bedrock principles. The president and his party today, through the Senate Finance Committee, they forged ahead and they got this tax bill passed out of committee. It's a great step forward to making sure that our job creators get a lower rate. You know, the president just had a 5-nation Asia trip. In the 5 nations that President Trump visited, guess which one has the highest corporate tax rate among them all? Us, the United States of America. That is completely unacceptable. And it's this president who's trying to work with both parties and both chambers in Congress, Sean, to make sure that this job creators tax rate is lowered, make sure the middle class gets a tax break they deserve, repatriate the $1 trillion worth of wealth, and just simplify the code. Why are we spending billions of dollars and billions of hours every single year trying to comply with the code? So he's making good on promises. I also think he was very respectful of the process today, saying to the senators, listening to their concerns. You have a few of them coming forward and talking about small businesses and what the relief they'll get. The president has listened very patiently to those concerns. Others are talking about the deficit. And so he went to the Senate today to say thank you for working through the process, encouraging them to come forward, bring their concerns to reconciliation, and get this tax cut on his desk. The Democrats have spent all of 2017 talking about the presidential election in 2016 and the presidential election in 2020.
Can you name one thing they've done?
No, I can't.
Can you name one policy?
I can't. And I wish I could tell you it were differently.
Their
no,
economic
zero.
plan was $10 trillion more in new spending and $11 trillion in new taxes.
That's right. That's why they're the minority party there, Sean. That's why they lost 1,000 seats in state legislatures, in the House, in the Senate, in the governorships, and, of course, the biggest prize of all, the White House. It's based on the policies. Donald Trump and Mike Pence prevailed on policies, and they're trying to make good on those. But the Democratic Party has been reduced to carrying around a stop sign. Their code word is resistance, and that's all they're doing, including today. And the people see that. I travel this country weekly for the White House, and I don't go to curated Republican audiences. I'm out in manufacturing plants. I'm talking to small business owners. I have no idea what these people's politics are. I don't much care.
I can tell you what it is. Hate Trump and Russia, Russia, Russia. That's about all you.
But that's right. That's it.
And feigning outrage after they call the president every name in the book.
Yes.
All right. We're at a
But people are really supporting this president. They want to see. They appreciate the fact that on North Korea, he and the UN and Ambassador Haley have gotten 15-0, 2 consecutive unanimous votes to sanction North Korea. She's hosting another meeting tomorrow about this urgency, and the economic and diplomatic isolation in North Korea will continue if they continue to do this. This is the president showing leadership, but the Democratic Party is talking about presidential elections instead of passing policy. And I'm telling you, the American people see it to a person. Even folks who didn't vote for this president come up and tell us all the time. They can't stand the constant negativity, resistance, lies, and the rest of all the blather. They want a government that functions, and he's leading the way.
I don't see with North Korea, and again, I would not be privy to whatever new weaponry that our Defense Department and our military have probably designed in recent years. And I assume there are a lot of secrets, and I'm hopeful there are, because on paper, responding to North Korea as they fire missiles over Japan and into Japanese waters, as they threaten Guam and Hawaii, it's going to get to the point where the options are not good. Take it off the pad, take it out of the sky, and we don't know what this madman will do. Then we take out their nuclear sites. You got to worry about nuclear fallout. You got to worry about, do they have a missile site that we don't know about firing into South Korea or Japan or Guam or Hawaii or the continental United States? So I would say, as he now is precipitating us and pushing us to the brink, there's not a lot of good options, and a lot of people will die. Will China play the role they should play?
Well, this president certainly has forged an improved relationship with the president of China from the beginning, particularly on the matter of North Korea, trying to work together to contain this. North Korea is everybody's problem, and anybody who doubted that saw that today. This president, in bringing on board and talking to Japan and China and South Korea, and again, our UN, the UN Security Council, voting twice unanimously in an unprecedented fashion to sanction North Korea, shows that the world is responding to Donald Trump's leadership as president and commander-in-chief. Sean, he inherited a big mess with North Korea and in many other places. But if you can show one big distinction between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, there were many.
All right, last
you look
question.
At everything, all national security, foreign policy, they were different, and his ideas prevailed.
He assured us he had a deal, and he used American taxpayer dollars to
23 years
bribe
ago.
Kim Jong-un's father. Are you confident after the meeting today, or more confident, that the Senate, that has really been fairly ineffective, that they'll actually get this tax bill across the finish line?
We're confident. We're optimistic. And we certainly hope that Democrats will come aboard, too. They may not be votes 49, 50, 51, but hopefully those who are in states that are where people are suffering and the middle class needs a break, that they'll come on board as well. But we're hopeful because we've been listening to those concerns, and we know that those senators know they have an open line to the president and to his economic team to express themselves, talk to the vice president. And they've all promised what Donald Trump has promised, which is tax cuts for their constituents. And Sean, let me make clear, this is not important to Republicans or to the Senate. It's important to the American people. We're here for the job creators, the job seekers, and the job holders.
They're supposed to serve them. They're supposed to serve the forgotten men and women in poverty, on food stamps, and out of work. Kellyanne, great to see you. Thank